can see Chairman Mao up there.
Mandatory for all Hunan restaurants.
It actually is. When we come to a Hunan restaurant, we usually drink alcohol, don't we?
But of course.
白酒？你们有什么白酒？
白酒前面有郎酒，有那个诸葛亮，还有斯特酒。
比较便宜的是什么？
啤酒有那个。
比较便宜的，我说。
比较便宜的诸葛亮哦。
这个多少钱？
诸葛亮有几十块钱的。
We got some Sichuan baijiu. That stuff's actually very expensive and very delicious. So, very lucky to have that tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrific.
来一份这个加球蛋，真鸡蛋。还有那个葱里当绞肉，还有。
You got those, you mean?
Yeah. These are eggs with chilies on them, and they're really delicious. We got them last time. And they hard boil them, and they fry them in oil. A bit crispy on the outside. Some chilies in there, real nice.
It's kind of sad that there's not more Hunan food in America, because I feel like American people, like good, like red-blooded Americans, they just freaking love.
I agree.
Everything is deep fried.
I agree. Lots of flavors.
It's really good. It's like it almost reminds me of like a southern barbecue sauce, you know?
Actually, does taste it. Lots of vinegar, but lots of spice.
Yeah, sweet.
And there is soy in there.
Yeah,
it's good. Unlike in Guangdong, they usually steam the vegetables without flavor. They're usually pretty good. They use garlic and stuff sometimes, but these are like very potent. I like both styles.
Yeah.
What have you heard about it?
My experience has been much the same. I recall a certain unsavory incident with a Hunan taxi driver that you can refer to an earlier episode to hear more about. But they tend to be very gregarious folk.
Yeah.
And they're very, they love their food and their drink, and they're kind of fiery and passionate, in my experience. So, I have to say that on the whole, I do like Hunan people. They're no fun to talk politics with. That's where you get in trouble. I've heard that Changsha is something of a city-sized museum to the glorious communist past.
All of the signs are in his script.
Oh,
everywhere.
Yeah, that's right, in Mao's script.
Yeah.
Apparently, his grandson is actually getting quite a bad rap about that, Mao's grandson. Several pieces of his writing have been published online, and the calligraphy is atrocious. It looks like something that I would do.
Or worse.
Yeah, they had his calligraphy and his 6-year-old son's calligraphy next to each other, and they were like the same. But back in its heyday, you know, Mao's script was something to be proud of.
Usually at the end, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
Countryside people eat it with the meal.
Oh, okay. So that's why people don't bring it to us right away.
Unfortunately, I mean, it's a very foreigner thing to want your rice with the meal, which is kind of pissed me off. Guangdong people, though, by tradition, do eat it with the meal. They drink soup first, and then they fill their soup bowl with rice. But in the rest of China, you usually eat at the end of your meal. I'm gonna get it now. 谢谢。你现在可以来那个米饭吗？
可以。2个米饭啊。
是啊。谢谢。These are small little river fish. You can see them. Very Hunan dish. They recommend it as one of their specialties, 特色, as you might say. Very oily.
Yeah.
Good though. These are shrimps.
I have very fond memories of these, indeed.
What are these?
So, pardon me speaking with my mouth full like a Sichuan person, These are actually, it sounds gross, and I'm sure they're delicious, so bear with me. It's an algae that they will collect and like mash up with some grains into this like, almost like a dough or something. This like algae grain goop. And they'll throw it in the deep fryer here. And you got these sweet little shavings. What are those? Kind of like breading.
Yeah, I think it's like fried stuff.
And the end result is
so hot.
delectable. Oh, they're so good. So is it all Chinese restaurants that's weird to talk about? You pick up?
Not if you're with like people you don't care about. It's more embarrassing for the people that you're with. If you take the food home, it's kind of like you need it. I think it's a very stupid tradition, but I mean, a lot of people will still do it anyway.
I recall going out with my former boss. Swimming down in there. My former boss and her husband were Hunan people.
Oh yeah.
They would always take the food home, but everyone would all talk about how it was for the dogs.
Make
Not
sure.
for them, it was for the dogs. They said, "Oh, we'll bring it home for the dogs," because they had so much money that they could be feeding all of this delicious food to their dog.
Gives new meaning to doggy bag, right?
Yeah, right. So here we are, ladies and germs. We are about to get right in what is, in my opinion, Huizhou's finest Hunan restaurants, Hong Shao Rou. Now, this is a dish, this is pork belly here, so you have layer of skin, fat, muscle, delicious. Slow cooked all day in a clay pot. Got these nice, really woody mushrooms in here, give it flavor. So it's very sweet, and now this fat is not like what you'd find on meat back in America that you would cut off and gross, it's chewy, nasty. This, because it's been slow cooked all day, just melts in your mouth, and it's like a patty of delicious pork fat melting on your tongue. It's beyond description. And this food has quite the democratic, egalitarian pedigree, because it probably killed Chairman Mao, who was, a lot of people will say, one of the worst people in history. I mean, he has a strong claim to that title. So let's get in here and see what killed 20th century's greatest dictator.
Quick, there's no more space.
Oh, delicious.
Overall, Hunan food.
Hunan food, terrific. One of the best cuisines of China. If you come to China, especially if you're very green and you're not so sure about some of the weirder stuff, go to Hunan food. Delicious.
Spicy,
oily,
bold
spicy,
flavors,
solid.
delicious, solid. Very different
Tight.
than other cuisines. It's tight. Cheers. So you guys, this is for you guys out there eating vicariously through Ben and Matt, Lao 86. See you guys next time. We'll take you to a new province and a new delicious food in China.
Yeah.